Today on our 2017 GMC Terrain, you're going to be taking a look at, I'm going to show you how to install the Curt Class 2 Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number C12291. The receiver tube is the only thing you can see. The cross tube is completely hidden behind the bumper fascia, so it maintains that nice clean look. The edge of the receiver tube is nice and flush with the edge of the bumper fascia, so you're not going to have to worry about hitting your legs or your shins on it when loading and unloading the back of the vehicle. It's going to be a Class 2 hitch. It's going to be 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. You can see it has a nice reinforced collar to give it a little extra stability on the receiver tube. You're going to have a 1/2 inch hitch pinhole. It's going to have plate style safety chain loops with decent sized safety chain rings. Gives you plenty of room for different size safety chain hooks. It's going to have a 350-pound max tongue weight, which is a downward pressure on the inside of the receiver tube. And it's going to have a 3,500-pound max trailer weight, which is a trailer plus the load included. Now, I do recommend checking the owner's manual of your Terrain and make sure the vehicle will withstand that amount of weight. You want to pick the lowest number between the vehicle and the hitch. Now, Curt does require the use of stabilization straps for any non-wheeled loads. As far as the installation goes, it is a fairly simple installation. I do recommend having an extra set of hands to help lift the hitch into place. And you can do this with the vehicle on the ground or with the back of it up in the air just a little bit. Now let me give you a few measurements to help you when deciding on any hitch mount accessories you may need. From the center of the hitch pinhole to the outermost part of the bumper will be about 2 1/4 inches. From the ground to the top innermost part of the receiver tube will be about 14 inches. Now let me show you how to get this installed. First thing you need to do is get the back of your vehicle up in the air. It's going to make the installation a lot easier. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off this panel right here. On the inside, you just push forward and pull down. You can take that panel off. Just like that. And it'll just pop out. In your kit, you're going to have some hex bolts like this. On the side of each frame rail, you're going to have 2 holes with existing weld nuts in it. You want to make sure to take your hardware and thread it into the hole to make sure it goes in clean, because you don't want your threads to cross thread. You're going to have 2 holes on the outside of one frame rail on the passenger side, 2 holes on the other side. Right in the center, we're going to have to fish wire either this through the end of the frame rail to the hole right here in the center, or if you have existing weld nuts, you're going to put this in, which is a hex bolt and a conical tooth washer. So if you have an existing weld nut in the center, conical tooth washer, hex bolt, teeth facing toward the hitch. If you do not have the existing weld nut in the center, you're going to fish wire the carriage bolt and the spacer block in through the side of the frame rail, which I'm going to show you because we do not have weld nuts. Now with an extra set of hands, we're going to take our hex bolt, conical tooth washer. Again, you want to make sure the teeth are facing toward the hitch. We're going to slide our hitch into position. We're going to line up our holes. And we'll thread one in on each side. Get our hitch held in place while we put in our remaining hardware. Now we want to take our pull wire, Springside, and we're going to go through that hole over to the passenger side, out the end of the frame rail. Just like that. And we're going to take our carriage bolt with our spacer block. And what we're going to do is we're going to thread it onto the end of our pull wire. And go ahead, feed it through the hole, and then we'll pull it down just like that. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now we'll add our flange nut. If you put a little bit of pressure on the bolt and push it one way or the other, it'll keep it from pushing up inside the hole. Because this is such an odd space to try and get your fingers or anything else in here, that little bit of pressure helps. Next, we'll take a 3/4 inch socket. We'll tighten all of our hardware down. Once you have your hardware tightened, you're going to torque it to the specifications in the instructions. And that'll do it for a look at and installation on the Curt Class 2 trailer hitch receiver, part number C12291 on our 2017 GMC Terrain.